Alright, ladies and gentlemen of the YouTube citizens, y'all know who this is. This is your boy Dash at your Inferno. And I'm here with a different True Vlogs here. I'm not out and about, as today is December the 28th. I'm actually in the comforts of my own crib, inside my own room. You see the Jordan post in the back there. Just looking at it real quick. But what's today's video about? If I'm not going on an adventure or if I'm not out and about catching Pokemon or whatever, talking about it. Or in this case, talking about something that came to my attention. Now, I've been meaning to give y'all tips on this little topic for quite some time now. But when I saw the latest Q&A video, which was a Christmas edition by TrainerTips, where he made the following comment.
If you want to level up, if you want to power up your Pokemon, the only reason is because you want to have the highest possible placement in gyms. And they're not even going to stay there that long, regardless of whether they're at the bottom or the top. Any gym can be taken down by one determined player.
I saw that and I'm like, that's not 100% true. So, which made me decide to do this video now. And the video I want to talk about is how to hold down gyms. Now, you've probably seen videos on how to battle a gym. You've probably seen videos on how to train a gym. Now, we're going to focus on, well, not we, but I'm going to inform you guys on how to hold down a gym. Now, here's the difference. When you battle, obviously, you battle a gym, to take it over. You train a gym to raise the level of that gym up to make it harder for other people to battle it and take it over. But to hold down a gym, meaning you leave your Pokemon at a gym and you keep it there for days, for weeks, or even months. Yes, that is possible. So, I got my game out right here. You can't see it. There it is right there. And I'm going to show you my lineup real quick. So, as you can clearly see, starting from the top right here, I got 2 right here. And then, let's see, 2 more right here, so that's 4. And then we got 2 more right here, that's 6. And then down here, that's 7, 8, 9. And then I can move up, that's 10, that's 11. Next row, that's 12. And then we scroll up some, there's 13. And then we scroll up again. Here we go. 14, 15, 16. Wait a minute, 16. Let me check something real quick. Oh, so one of my Pokemon no longer at a gym. I'm like, wait a minute, 16. And then I go back to that list, because the last thing I showed y'all was this Arcanine right here. More on him in a minute. And then we scroll all the way down to this little beauty right here, this Magma. That's 17. And I'm going to leave here, and I'm going to go to my items, go to my revive. And this little number was at a gym a few minutes ago. So at one point in time, ladies and gentlemen of the YouTube citizens, I had 18 Pokemon holding down gyms. Yes, you heard me right. But now it's been reduced to 17. And 18 was the most. And real talk, if I wanted, I could have at least 20 right now. But I decided to take it easy. Now, as you all should know, the most amount of gems that you would get rewarded for, and what I mean by rewarded, I mean like for every 21 hours, you would get a reward, which is shown right here, like coins and starters. So if you have one Pokemon at a gym, you would get, remember this correctly, 500 starters and 10 Pokecoins. So if you get the maximum, which is 10, you would get 100 Pokecoins and 5,000 starters. Now this is per day. So if you have more than 10 gems, it won't count. It will only do 10. So for me to have 17 and at one point in time had 18, and I'm talking about I could get 20 at least, that's overkill. You're probably thinking that. Well, if you want to get that maximum rewardage, you may have to do that. And that's what I'm here for. I'm going to teach you guys how to hold down gems. Now, out of the 17 that I have, 11 of them, I am very confident in that they will hold down gems for a long time. And let me give you an example of 3 of them. So right here, again, here's my Gyarados. I placed this Gyarados at a gym and made it level 10. And right now, he is the king at that gym. And I did this, I don't remember exactly when I did it, but it's been weeks. It's been weeks. He's been there ever since. You remember that Magma that was raid down there on my list? He's been holding out his gym for months, like 2 months, something like that. And Here's that Arcanine right here. He's been at that gym the longest. Out of all the Pokemon I have, he held his gym down the longest. So you know we're talking about months. Many months. And you are capable of doing that. So if you follow my tips, there's 3 levels that I'm going to have to give y'all. Basics, intermediate, and advanced. And there's some tips that I keep to myself. I got to do this for me too. I don't want none of you guys from Michigan or the southeast parts of Michigan trying to take over my gyms and mess me up because of my tips. So there you go with that. So let's start off with the basics. And we're going to start off with the things you should not do when it comes to gyms. The first thing you should not do is try to get a gym at a populated area. So you're probably wondering, what's a populated area, or what is considered to be a populated area? We talking downtown, famous parks, restaurants, famous schools, etc. So don't even bother. And these are places where you know a bunch of people would be at. And here's a bonus tip. Don't go to cemeteries. You're probably wondering 2 things actually. One, who will go to cemeteries? Well, I have seen it, and I have done it a few times myself, but I've been out the way, been respectful, so forth, whatnot. But it don't work because that's the mindset everybody have. There's Pocus gyms at the cemetery. I don't think anybody would dare go in there. No, everybody does go in there. No, they do. So don't even bother. You could get away with that, like if you are familiar with that cemetery and it's close to your house, and you know the schedule of when they close and things of that nature. Like if you catch the cemetery right when they're about to close and you take over those gyms, you can hold it down for a night and then you can collect. So, but the problem is the next day they ain't gonna last. You know, you're gonna be doing this every day or every 2 or 3 days or whatever. They are not going to last. So don't even bother. So let's get back to the second rule. If regarding what you should not do, sticking with the basics. Do not go to parks or churches near well-known streets. And what I mean by that is, like every city, every state have a street that they know. Like so for us in Michigan, it's Telegraph, it's Michigan Avenue, it's 4 Road, it's 6 Mile, it's 7 Mile. Based off the movie, it's 8 Mile, it's 9 Mile, it's Woodward. There are streets that are popular, like they are well-known, that people drive through on a daily basis. And more likely will be gyms that are placed at churches, at parks that are easily seen because people drive through these streets. So the chances of somebody driving through these streets, playing Pokemon Go, say, hey, wait a minute, that's a gym, pulls over and take over the gym because you placed it there wherever, it's high. So I wouldn't even bother. I would not even bother. The third thing you shouldn't do, you do not want to leave Pokemon low-level gyms. You probably want to, but wait a minute, what if there's a free spot? Still don't do it. Depending on where it is, but for the most part, still don't do it. Because if it's a low-level gym, then guess what? It would be easy for the competition to take it over. So I would not even bother. Unless, you know, there's a few exceptions to that rule. But for the most part, don't even bother leaving Pokemon in low-level gyms. Really don't. Now, the fourth rule. This is the one where people may consider you to be selfish and things of that nature. And that is this. Do not drop off weak, low CP Pokemon at gyms. And you probably wonder, but wait a minute, that's kind of selfish because then you're going to make it harder for other people to level the gym up so they can drop off their Pokemon there, and therefore increasing your chances of staying there. No, not really. If you know the trick, there's a trick that you can use to level up your Pokemon faster and more efficient than just battering low-level Pokemon, because then you'll be time wasting. That's time consuming there. So there's a trick there. I ain't gonna say what the trick is, but it's out there on YouTube. You can easily find it, but again, I'm not gonna say it because I use it. So yeah, there you go with that. Now, let me go on to the things you should do. Stick with the basics. And obviously, these are basically the opposite of what I just said as far as the don'ts. So the first thing you should do, considering taking over gyms that you want to hold down for a number of days, weeks, and months, whatever, hit up unpopulated areas. So if you happen to drive along and you at a spot that not a lot of people go to, and you just spot a gym, you better do something about that gym. You better hit that gym up, because again, not a lot of people go there. And if the small amount of people that do go there, how many of them do you think play Pokemon Go? Not that many. And within that, how many of them are serious about gyms? Not that many. So unpopulated areas, if there's a gym there, you better take it. You better do something about it. And now we're going to hit you up with a bonus tip. So yes, this is one thing you should, I ain't going to say should, because this one is a bit hazardous. But let's say this is one thing that you could do. And that is hit up poke gyms in the hoods. Yes, so we talking going to those rough neighborhoods in those type of parts of towns or whatever, and look for gyms. Now, yes, I know that is threatening, because we talking about the hood, we talking about the ghetto and things of that nature, and you're sitting in your car playing Pokemon Go, parking the same spot for like 10 minutes or so, and anybody could come up on you from all sides or whatever. But here's the thing with that. As you know, I live in Detroit. That's one of the most dangerous places in the U.S. Alongside with, I think it's either Flint or Grand Rapids. I think it's Grand Rapids. Along with Chicago, along with Trenton, New Jersey. There's other places in the U.S. that are not safe. That are like too hood or too rugged or too gangster or whatever. But yet, I still go out to the hood and get poke gyms. Matter of fact, I did it, I think 2 or 3 weeks ago, actually. Stayed in one spot and took over the gym, trained up a gym, and then I got out of Dodge quickly. So if I could do it, given where I am from, I'm pretty sure you can do it too. But if you don't want to, I can understand that. They probably wonder, wait a minute, why hit up the hoods? Well, I'm about to get controversial on you real quick. This is not scientifically proven. This is just my opinion, and that is this. If we were to look at race, as far as the type of people who play Pokemon Go, the least amount of people that play Pokemon Go are African Americans and blacks. I can already tell you that right now. I ain't saying they don't play at all. Hello. I'm still playing. Hello. But at the same time, it's not a lot. But if you go to the suburbs where there's not a lot of black people, where there are not a lot of African Americans, but there's still some there though, but there's not a lot of them there, then you're going to mess around and deal with people who more than likely will be playing Pokemon Go out there than you would in the hood. So, again, yeah, it's a bit dangerous. It's a bit hazardous. But again, I live in Detroit, and I've done it a few times. I'm pretty sure you can get away with it as well. Best to bring a squad with you or to be scrapped. And in my case, I didn't do neither. So, I'm still here. So, there you go with that. Now, let's get back to the list. Second thing that you should be doing, stick with the basic tips. Hit up hidden parks and churches or poke gyms that are not on well-known streets. So here's what I mean by that. So there are parks and gyms, parks and churches that are poke gyms that are located like in the middle of a neighborhood. So let's say, I'm gonna give you an example here, and this is a fictional example, so don't try to hunt this gym down or anything like that. Let's say you're driving on Ford Road. Again, that's one of our well-known streets, Ford Road. And then you made a right on Tireman. Well, that's a bad example, but if you're in Michigan, but whatever. Okay, let me give you another one. And you made a right on Rockdale. So you're driving on Rockdale. This is a neighborhood, a neighborhood, things of that nature. And then to your left, you see a small park. And I'm like, okay, let me whip out my phone, see what's popping here. Oh, wait, it's a gym there. Let's go do something about it. So yeah, places like that. There are a number of places up here and more likely in your area as well that have a small park or a hidden church or something like that that is not visible to the public eye. Like you have to drive through neighborhoods to find these places. They exist. So yeah, I would say go find those places. See there's a gym there. Take over the gym. If it's not yours, train that sucker up. So yeah, let's get on to the third thing you should do, and that's lead Pokemon in high-level gyms. I've explained the don't version of this, which is lead Pokemon in low-level gyms. You want high-level gyms because the intimidation factor is there. So, and I'll get more on that intimidation factor in a minute. It's not necessarily a factor, but it's still present in the game. Like, if somebody drives by, they're like, oh, wait, it's a gym. Oh, it's level 9, it's level 10. I'm like, no, I ain't gonna deal with that. So it happens. It happens. So if you find a high level gym, level 7, level 8, obviously level 9, you train that sucker up and you leave your Pokemon in there. Now, let's get on to the fourth and final basic thing you should do when it comes to holding out gems, and that's leave in there a good defender. So we're talking Pokemon that have high CP, that are good in defending and things of that nature. I would recommend TrainerTips because he did 2 videos on Pokemon that he considered to be good to great defenders. Now, the first one is like before the update where they nerf or buff certain Pokemon. So you don't want that one. You want the newer one where he did another like a revised version of that list based on that update. So you want that video. So yeah, go check out TrainerTips, find that video, see what he considers to be great defenders, and then you can work your way towards building a great defender or great defenders, a team of great defenders that you can drop off at gyms, and you'll be good. Now, with the basics out the way, let's move on to the intermediate tips. And there's 5 things you need to consider before you leave your Pokemon at gym. The first one is the area. Where is this gym? Is this gym at a populated area? Is it not at a populated area? Is it hidden? You know, where is it? That's the first thing you need to consider. Where is this gym? Which leads me to the second thing you need to consider. Location. How far is it from you? Like, is this gym close to your house? Is it close to your crib? Is it close to your favorite hangout spot? Where is this gym? How far is it from you? Is it really close? Is it really far? You know, location. How far is it from you? Now, once you get the area and the location out the way, you can move on to the third thing, which is atmosphere. Who mostly runs this gym? Like, if you drive by this gym 5 days a week, and you know that it's mostly a Valor gym, or a Mystic gym, or an Instant gym, yeah, other factions may take it over, but Valor's quickly on it and get it back. Or Mystic is quickly on it and they'll get it back. You know, who mostly runs that gym? Like, yeah, it could change hands a few times, but you can obviously say Valor runs that gym. Instant runs that gym. You know, something like that. So you need to take that into consideration. Now, which brings me to my fourth thing in my intermediate tips, the attention. How popular is this gym? Do people come here every second, every minute, every hour, every day, every week? Like, is it popular, or is this the type of gym where tumbleweeds just blow on by? So if it, like I said, if a lot of people come by here, then you need to ask yourself this last question, which brings me to my last intermediate tip, number 5, the condition. Is this gym a battle zone? Now you're probably wondering, what the heck is a battle zone? A battle zone is where this gym is constantly up for grabs. People are constantly fighting for this gym. That's what I call a battle zone. There's so many battles going on for this gym that it's constantly changed hands. And it doesn't matter who mostly won this gym. Like I said, Valor could win this gym for 3 days straight, and then Instant would come along and take it, but on the 4th day. But then on the 5th day, Valor gets it back and hold on for another 3 days. That's not a battle zone gym. A battle zone gym is like, okay, Valor hang on to a gym for 2 days. Then Mystic get it the 3rd day, and the same day Valor gets it back, and then the same day Mystic gets it back, and then the 4th day Valor gets it back, hang on to it for like 2 or 3 days before Mystic comes back and get it, and you know, stuff like that. This gym constantly changes hands, constantly. So yeah, you need to know, is it a battle zone gym? And if you follow these intermediate tips, you should have a good idea of how to hold down gyms. But there's more tips though. There are more tips, which brings me to my advanced tips. And there's 3 of them. And these are like going beyond the extra mile to make sure that you hang on to these gyms. So these are not necessarily necessary because I don't follow all 3. I only follow one of them, as I'll get to in a minute. But there are 3 that I would recommend you do and that I would probably do more often. And they are the following. Level up a gym that you already own. So yeah, you built it up so you can leave your Pokemon in there. Now what? It stays in there for how long? And you got to maintain your Pokemon in that gym. If you leave it alone, sooner or later, you don't know when, but sooner or later, somebody or some group are going to come along and tear up all your hard work. So you must keep up with your gym. You must level it up. Because like I said earlier, by leveling up a gym and creating more spots open, other teammates will drive along and say, hey, wait a minute, that's a level 7 gym and it got 3 spots open. Yo, we gotta leave something in there. You know, you're doing community service that benefits your squad and benefits you, because it guarantees you that your Pokemon will stay in that gym for a long time. Now, let me give you to the second advanced tip, and that's create a database. Now, what I mean by that is this. Yeah, here's the thing that this game does not do a good job on. You leave a Pokemon at the gym. Where's the gym? What level is it again? How many Pokemon was in there? The game don't tell you that. So you must keep a data bank of that. So this is what I do. So as you can see on my iPod, I have I ain't gonna show y'all that list, but because again, if you're in Michigan, you were able to locate these joints. It's not good for me. So as you can see up top, here's a little thing called Pokemon Gym. So basically, every time I take over a gym, I put in the database. So I put in there, where's the gym located, what Pokemon I have in there, and the CP of that Pokemon. And the one thing I should do is that gym a level 10, level 9, level 8, and my placement in the gym. So when I go and follow advanced tip number 1 and check on that gym, I can be like, let's see, it is a level 6 gym, and I'm like number 2 in this list. Well, according to this should be a level 8 gym. What happened? Okay, apparently somebody tried to tear it down. Well, let's build it back up. And there you go. Now, which brings me to my third step, and my third tip, and actually I should have said this one first. Check on it. Like, just check on it at some point. Remember that Arcanine I said was at this one gym for a long amount of time? In fact, it is this Pokemon held that gym the longest out of all the Pokemon I have. Like, it's been months since I checked on it, but I checked on it, I think 3 or 4 weeks ago, and there was a gym next to it that was level 10 for the longest, and there was no room for me. So I went over there. I'm like, okay, well, my gym is still level 10, but the one next to it is level 8. Hey, free opening for me. Train that mug up, left my Pokemon in there, and you know it's going to be in there for a long time. So, with all that said, let me give you some final tips real quick. And again, these are optional, but helpful. The first tip is, and this one should be obvious, form a group to take down and hold gyms. Like, you can hit a Facebook, you can hit a Twitter, you can hit a Reddit. I recommend Facebook and Reddit, real talk. Form a group within your area. Like, hey, I with so-and-so, I'm looking to form a group so we can take over gyms, so we can hold down gyms. I got a few spots that I want to hit up. Who's down? And you will get a response saying, hey, I am too. Let's do this. Y'all schedule a daytime, where y'all can meet up, wherever, blah, blah, blah. And then y'all go and take down gyms. It's a little bit risky because you're trying to set up a meeting with somebody you met online. So it's a bit risky, but at the same time, y'all in the same city. For the most part, y'all in the same area. So, like, you can do that if you want. But again, you have to, consider safety when doing that. The second final tip I have for you, roll with your instincts. Ha ha ha. No, not team instinct, but roll with your instincts. Because even though I gave you some good tips, sometimes you may not have to rely on those tips. For example, I got 2 Pokemon at a famous park. I'm not going to say where it is. And it's like, but wait a minute. Not only is this a famous park, but the gyms within these parks, which is huge as heck, are located off a well-known street. And you're probably going, but wait a minute, you break your own rule. I'm like, yeah, because I went with my instincts. Not to mention this park is like really close to my house. So I can always keep tabs on it. So yeah, I had to go against my own rules, and I had them gyms down for weeks. One more than the other, one longer than the other rather, but I held them both down for weeks. So yeah, even though I gave you some good tips with the basics, with the intermediates, with the advanced, you may not need to rely on some of those. You may just have to roll with your instincts and see what happens. So yeah, there you go. That's how you should be able to hold down at least 10 to 11 gyms, and you should be able to collect daily. Now, if you are in that Southeast Michigan area, do not hit up gyms that are owned by me, because I will take them back with a vengeance. So don't do it. So yeah, man, y'all know who this is. Y'all probably wondering, who am I looking for? True Inferno, obviously. So yeah, man, y'all know who this is. This is the new Jay Gatsby, aka the new Stephen A. Smith, saying peace out, y'all. Now see y'all next time. Oh! Alright, let's see if we can find some more. I'm the Dashing One, coming to you live from News Central, here with this breaking news update. As you can clearly see on the screen to my left, we have a recent sighting for True Inferno. So that's what that is.